I'm Zach.
And I'm Jaden.
We started making movies together when we were just kids.
Baby.
College happened and we fell out of touch a bit.
Years later, a leap of faith
And a hint of stupidity.
pushed us to move to Nashville.
Our love for creating media has only grown since childhood.
So we're starting a show together.
You're listening to the Rice Fire Podcast.
All right, you little... Ew. You guys are making all alien noises.
What?
We've started the podcast. You're on, dude. So, welcome back to the Rise Fire Podcast. This is episode 9.
Hi, 9.
And today we have our very first guest! Everybody,
Welcome him up. Come on.
say welcome to our friend Jonathan Stout.
Hey.
Welcome. He just walks out.
That's
Kids
it.
are weird.
So, you're our first guest. We're so excited to have you here. This is freaking awesome. He drove like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
For real? I
Yeah.
thought you were local.
That's what I thought too.
This is Nashville-based photography. I'm a liar. Like, there's no way I'm based in Nashville. I wouldn't survive.
Come on, dude.
No.
You're gifted. You're gifted by God.
There's a lot of gifted people.
Jonathan
Not
is...
Nashville. This is a city for epitome.
Not Nashville, you idiot.
Jonathan, despite what he's saying, is an amazing photographer. Is weddings your primary thing?
Kinda. It's my favorite thing.
Okay. That's actually surprising.
yeah.
I feel like few people say that.
I think it's because... So we didn't get to really hire the best photographer for me and my wife's wedding. And so we got like these...
Gotcha.
I'm trying to be like...
I'll be sure to share the link with them.
Gosh. It was just, I don't know. I didn't know like wedding photography was supposed to be this giant experience, like something. I didn't know we were supposed to hire one. I just never crossed my mind. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want anyone documenting my special day.
Yeah.
I can look back on it in hard times, cry.
I'm going to live in the moment.
Wearing his wife's wedding dress, just crying, looking at their photos.
I could have been the bride.
We could
A
have
little
made
bit
this
of snot.
so much better.
But there was a connection that I had to that, to like working hard so nobody had to experience that. And I don't know, I just enjoy getting to know like couples and like their stories, and like if their parents, if they go through a hard time, I feel like I flourish in that.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh yeah, my dad hates him. It's like, great. Tell me more. But it's
That's
just,
cool, man.
I don't know, you
Yeah.
just see a bond happen. Like you're invited into a very special place that like nobody else is.
Yeah.
Not even family members. Because they're very open with you on both sides of the story. And so it's really fun. It was really stressful when I first got into it, but now it's like a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
That's
cool.
awesome.
I tried photographing a couple
I think I
weddings.
saw your Instagram post. You're like, first time photographing.
Dude, I was devastated.
Never saw a post again.
No, dude, that
Didn't
ruined
you
me.
kind of have an issue with the
Yeah,
mother
it was like...
of the bride?
It was like one of those things where it was like doing it for a friend, and so, but they like,
Wait, you be that you. Right?
Right.
They paid you, right?
yeah, they paid me, but it was like, people, before they hire somebody for art, they need to know what style it is and stuff. Like, I think they're expecting it to be like super like old school, like traditional, like, which I don't do, and I'm not even like
Which is
really a
good.
photographer anyway.
Yeah, but. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Can I be all, like, I had someone reach out to me. It was my third wedding. This was like a month ago. Probably shouldn't be talking about this. I don't care.
Yes.
My thing is I'm very open with my clients. If I'm the first person they've looked at, I'm like, no, I'm not doing your wedding. Like,
Wow.
you need to look at other people, because if you just see me and then years down the road you're like, oh, I wish I had known that photographer. It's like,
Yeah.
for me, it's not about money. If it is about money, I have commercial work, I have portrait work, I have other stuff. But for me, it's like, it's such a special day that I don't want it to be tainted by like, I wish someone else had done it. But yeah, I got a message. I actually got a call, and they were like, hey, first off, we just want to say we miss you, and like we love you and your family. And I was like, awesome. You don't though, because you don't talk to me. Anyway, and they're like, yeah. So we were just not happy with our wedding photos a year later. I was like, what?
A year later?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And yeah, so
my God.
It was a very uncomfortable conversation because I there's photos I still use to this day for that, and he was like, I was like, okay, and what can I do for you? He was like, well, we want to get in our groom, like our tux and her dress and reshoot. I was like,
What?
You're in.
yeah.
No
kidding?
way.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, like my price is this. So before I tell you his reaction, my weddings back then, this was last year. So my weddings, I only did 3 at that point. I showed them what I edited like. They liked me as a person. That's why they said they wanted to hire me. I said, you should look at other photographers. This is not a day to kind of gamble on. I'm still building my portfolio. It's usually people who would never even get a photographer unless they want to spend like $200.
Yeah.
And
God bless you.
sorry.
That was so like.
Makes me want to.
And so we talked that night. We did an all-day engagement shoot for free. They bartered me down from $1,000 to $400.
Oh my.
And
Just a slight barter.
yeah, they got full day coverage and like, yeah. So afterwards, like this is during the phone conversation, and I'm trying to like still like
This
gets
is
me
great.
a little irritated.
Oh my gosh.
But he goes, yeah, well, we're thinking about doing it for free because we weren't happy with him. You need to redo that.
Oh.
My wife was.
I would
dude,
have died.
My wife was next to me because we're outside on her porch, and I just like looked at her and I was like, I gotta call you back, man. Like, I gotta message you. And he was like, okay. And I was like, okay. And I like hung up the phone. And I was like, I just felt so taken advantage of.
Oh,
I felt
yeah.
like so.
That's
And the
so
way
disrespectful.
the way they started out was like, hey, man, we missed you. We love you. Like,
What a slap in the face.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I messaged back, and I was like, I'll do a discounted rate, but I'm not doing it for free. I was like, you got a lot of stuff for free. You only paid me $400 when you said that was only in your budget. Yet you paid the videographer $1,000, and and so I messaged on a professional level and then a friend level because we're friends, or in his words. And
Yeah.
so after saying that, I was like, now let me talk to you as a friend. I'm not a fan of being bartered with for my price. My friends have never asked that of me. My friends usually always offer to pay. And guess what? My friends do usually get free work or very discounted work or discounted prices.
Mm-hmm.
You are not a friend. Like, there's no way. And I was like, like, if you're not okay with that, there are other photographers I'd happily send you to. No response. Ever. Like, it's been 3 weeks. There's been no response. Yeah.
Oh, this was that recent?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't long ago.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah. And
But good for you for sticking up for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a year later, and yeah, I don't know. But that's why, to keep me safe and kind of like to keep my heart okay, because that, like, I don't just do jobs just with clients, especially with weddings. I like to form a relationship, so build the trust.
Yeah.
And kind of, it is a really vulnerable moment to like trust someone to capture everything in its glory for your day, and yeah. So I felt like I failed, like immensely, because they're just like.
I feel like you were so upfront in the beginning, though.
I tried to,
And you came down over 50% of your price. Like, there's no more you could have done. And you explained where you were in your level of skill and everything.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing more you could have done. That's unreal, man.
Just don't hire me, okay?
Oh, man, that's crazy.
No, but that was the only time. Every time after that, it's been fantastic.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's unfortunate for your guys' business though, because people don't see like videos and pictures as art because so many people are on it with their phones and stuff.
Yeah.
So they think it's so easy, but like they don't
Yeah.
see the behind the scenes editing, doing all that.
The countless hours.
Not only that, you have to go meet these strangers, and
Yeah.
you have to do everything that they ask of you.
Yeah.
Like,
For weddings, yeah, you're kind of like a servant,
Yeah.
dude. It's
I want to
crazy.
hear about like how the father of bride, if you want to talk about it.
If
About the father of bride didn't really like you.
No, I was
For your
telling
friends?
you about your friends. So the bride didn't really like the photos or something. The mother or father. Whatever.
For the one that we were talking about
Yeah.
before this? Yeah, so they basically just like asked if they could have like all of the unedited photos and like no, I didn't give them to him.
Good.
No, I was so pissed. They were like they asked for like all the unedited photos. It's been so long. But they basically like tried to like how your people were like, "Hey, we miss you and love you." Like try to be super nice. That's the worst way to like critique someone. It's like
Yeah.
just say what you need to say. Don't
then-
beat around it.
Yeah, I feel like it mixes personal with business. and
Yeah.
It's like, personally, I want to get to know you. Business-wise, I have a contract.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly.
Like,
They were basically just like they were not expecting to have like artistic photos, I guess.
Yeah.
It was so I thought like I was actually like super proud of them. I was really stoked. And I feel like I delivered everything that in the way that, yeah, that's the worst when you're like, dude. I remember like emailing them the link and I was like, yeah, I'm so stoked on these. I can't wait to show you guys. Oh, no, here's the best part.
Ulysses.
So I emailed the bride and groom because they're the ones who hired me. So I sent them the link to all their photos. They didn't respond for like 3 days, and then the mother of the groom called me. Like the bride and groom didn't even respond.
Scaredies.
How weak is that? You have your mommy call
You're
me.
married.
You're married.
Hey,
You're
Mom.
not. I think you're not ready for marriage.
Mom, I'm new to this. You got to take over.
Mom, you know a lot about photos. You're 700 years old, and you have an LG Razor.
So why did you stop being friends with Zach? Well, found out his podcast called me a No, I feel like every time I cuss, you guys take a drink, you're like,
Oh god,
We gotta keep that E off of our podcast.
dude, we're trying to get monetized.
oh
Dude.
crap, no, cut it out or bleep it.
I'm just kidding.
Make it outrageously loud.
Piece of.
Oh,
Or put worse ones over it.
Oh god, yeah.
Holy.
No, like the Microsoft like Sam voice is like, hello. They'll like make him do the cuss word. You piece of yeah.
When Zach and I were in, I think I was in 7th or 8th grade. So he was in like sophomore year.
Sure.
We had laptops for school.
Yeah.
And
no.
we got into a fight. Like, not really a fight. We were just arguing and irritated with each other. So we used the computers to call each other, like, stinky buttholes.
Like you could go to that like voice program where you type in something and the
No.
computer's like,
Yeah.
you are.
when you're
a-"
genuinely mad, you use that?
No,
We
we were
were-
just, like, irritated with each other. So
So
we
we
were
were-
just like,
Yeah.
That's
So like
weird.
we'd make our computers be like, you are a stupid butthole. And it would sound
I
hilarious.
can see the other person.
But anyway, we go to school one day, and we go with, like, they would
We
be
get called into the library.
Yeah, and how it worked is there was like a speaker on the clock, and they would just go beep, and then the receptionist would be like, could you send Jaden to the office or Zach? And so I get sent to the office, and I'm walking, and I'm like
Same with me.
sweating, and then we see each other in the hallway, and we're like, what?
We're like, we both got called.
So we're like, I hope mom and dad are okay, you know, like who knows what's about to happen.
My brain would never go to that. I'd be like, God, I'm screwed.
We didn't know. So we're like walking, and we sits down, and he's like.
The principal is he's the football coach. He's like super ripped, like tall, like
Drill
like
sergeant
the
type
perfect
guy.
leader.
He's like,
And we have like buck teeth and like mountains of acne. Hi.
I still had a mullet, so if that puts any perspective on it. And he's like, he starts reading the messages back to
Because
us.
they can monitor all of that. He's like, how come you guys are using your computers to call each other like this one says, "You are a stinky butthole." And he said it in like the most monotone drill sergeant voice ever. And I was trying hard not to cry my eyes out of laughter.
I think we both got a detention or something.
Yeah.
Like that, but it was hilarious.
Totally worth it.
See, okay, is that the worst that you guys got in trouble in school, or were you guys like troublemakers?
I wasn't a troublemaker, but I was late a lot and didn't do my homework.
Oh yeah, I forgot I didn't do homework.
But
I didn't get in trouble really that
no,
much.
I never gotten like in school suspensions or anything like that. I
No.
just got lots of talkings too.
Talking, Stu?
Talkings.
I think there's
Spankings.
an S. There we
We
go.
had spanking schools.
You got hit?
We
I'm
need
a
to.
grown adult.
I want us to talk about how we met.
Oh yeah.
We got to rewind a little bit.
I do want to know.
We got some
because
history.
I just walked into the house today and
He is here.
Here I am!
so give me the deets.
Alright, I was in this hardcore band called Death Card. And
Death
It
Cab
was-
for Cutie?
yes, but yeah, no.
For those who couldn't hear, he was in a hardcore band.
Hey, I called Death Card, and it was really embarrassing. Not for my part, or not for your part, but for me.
That's good.
'Cause I failed.
You need to be humble.
I was into drugs and no. So I was in a band called Death Card, and Zach is still in a band, a great band.
Shut up.
Called Earth Grows.
Earth groans.
Buy his merch, Maverick.com. Wait, is that the Logan Paul thing?
You're a maverick.
Talking about
She's
it.
so ashamed of this tattoo now. Look at
No.
this. Look at this. Maverick.
for that.
You know he hates Jesus.
Guys, I'm going to hell now.
Anyway, my band was on tour. We were playing in Murfreesboro. Nice throw. And our bands played a show together, essentially. That's what happened. And so I think we just saw you chilling in the venue before the show and started talking to you.
Well, I watched your music video, and I thought you guys were a lot bigger in your music videos than you claimed to be. Not that you made a claim.
Physically?
Yeah, they just looked bigger. I was like, God, these guys
I've gotten that before and it sucks.
It's like, wow, I can beat you up.
You're
No, just-
small and
no.
you're small in person.
No, but it was like I loved their music, and it was actually the genre I wanted to be in but the bands that I tried to be a part of, they all broke apart. It was involved the same people. It was like maybe we should have Nathan on drums, Jake on guitar, and Matt on bass.
No, switch that around.
Wait, maybe we should have Nathan on drums, Jake on guitar, and Matt on bass.
Break up, get back together.
Maybe we should have Jake on guitar, Matt on bass.
Did you always do vocals?
Yeah, that's all I did. That's all I knew how to do. Which I thought was awesome until someone was like, "Do you play an instrument?" No, man, I'm the vocalist.
Wait, do you play an
anything?
instrument?
Who's the guitar player? I need to speak
Oh
with
my
him.
gosh, it's just embarrassing. Usually I felt like right up here.
Yeah.
On the camera, it's at the top of the frame.
Good photography.
Photography.
Rule of thirds. No, it was just like really embarrassing. They're like, "You don't do anything else." I was like, "No."
Hand me the tambourine.
Gosh. But
But-
yeah, we played that show
yeah.
together. We like hit it off really fast.
Yeah. Well, I fell in love with like your guys' story because you guys were really brave about being in a Christian band. You guys talked about it, and I was like supposedly Christian in this band called Death Card, which, folks, if you don't know, it's a tarot card. It comes from like witchcraft and stuff like that. So really represented the Christ brand very well. And yeah, it was just really embarrassing because like I always played it off. I was like, guys, I'm like the only Christian in this band. I'm gonna lead them all to Jesus. Nope. And,
That would be hard.
Yeah, well, it was just I think I was trying to like trying to trick myself into like this is a good idea. Don't worry, this is actually what I need to be doing. And
Yeah.
by putting God on it, it justifies everything.
Yeah.
Like, no one's gonna argue with that. Except for like my parents and people who like were right. But no, I saw Zach and we actually talked first, and I was telling you about me being married, and you're like, you should actually talk to Jeremy. And like Jeremy's story is insane.
Yeah.
Like his demeanor, and if like, do people know?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I haven't talked about it on the podcast, but
I won't.
people who know the band.
Yeah. I would say look up like, you should look up Earth Groans and like check out their vocalist. But like, the whole band was just really, I don't know. You guys were really amazing people, and you were funny and goofy, and like nobody did that in the hardcore scene. Everyone was like Yo.
Dude, it's all about being tough.
Dude, it is, and that's
And
what
I hate that because I
but that's-
can't be tough anyway.
Right, and I think after I got out of the hardcore scene, like I was able to be like, it's okay to be goofy and like weird and like laugh a lot, like,
Yeah.
and that's actually it's just funny. Like I was super insecure about like my humor and because I love Disney movies, but you don't say that in a hardcore band.
Yeah.
You're just like,
that's interesting.
yeah, I like politics and Rage Against the Machine is my favorite band. Definitely not Lana Del Rey. Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, and
Oh, that's so
it
funny.
was just embarrassing. Like, because it got to a point where it was like, this is not me, and my wife knew it, and so I would go to band practice, and she would just be like, "Hey, see you." And my wife's an amazing person, but I definitely brought her through the ringer in our first year. But it was, I don't know, like, I'm so happy that I had people, like, family and friends who kind of all encouraged me. It's like, this isn't where you need to be. Because there's
Yeah.
families that stop telling people the truth. Like, they're just like, oh,
Yeah.
they won't hear. It's like,
That's interesting.
yeah, I don't know. But just for me, and, like, just declare a disclaimer, hardcore music is not evil.
Yeah.
I think there's been so much good that's happened in them. So, like, it's not me being like, God save me from metal music and guitars. Now I
Right.
listen to polka.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, it was a weird journey. And, like, I'm so thankful I was not one of those guys that wanted his selfish dream so much that he, like, took his wife down with him.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned in marriage is, like, it's not about me. Like, you know?
Yeah, that's
I don't know,
awesome.
it's weird.
I
Like,
feel like that's so hard to learn.
yeah, it is. And I have brothers and sisters and family who've stumbled through it, and I was able to watch them, and like they're all still together, all have a great foundation with each other. But I don't want. If I have an example that I've been able to see,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Wow.
there's no point recreating the same situation.
Man, you
That's
seem
really cool,
you
really
seem so
mature.
happy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that takes so much courage to leave something like that and be healthy for yourself.
Yeah, it's it was just funny because I really wanted the spotlight on me, and now of course like being a photographer and you're a videographer, it's like you put the spotlight on someone else.
That's so cool.
You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
camera's never facing me.
Yeah.
And there's times where I'm like, well, people need to know who I am. It's like, no, not really. I mean,
Right.
Just do a service. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's, I don't know.
It's tempting. but
Yeah,
that's-
it
that's
is,
cool.
man, and especially because like I know myself and like I can be extremely selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's insane. But yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah. That silly little show that I don't even know if anyone was there, but
No,
In
yeah.
Murfreesboro? Just right
yeah.
over here?
It was a venue called The Block.
I know you didn't fit in with the rest of the bands. 'Cause
Not
they were
at
like
all.
the
It was like super tough guy
dun
band.
dun 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 dun.
Like
Yeah.
beat down.
I've gone
Yeah.
to his shows and I don't fit in. It's scary sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel at our shows. Like I don't mosh.
Yeah.
Like I only like
love
go hard on stage. I don't know how to mosh. Like I think
Psychopath.
I think most of what a metal show is so weird to me. Like I
Yeah.
can watch it like objectively and be like, this is so weird.
Yeah.
I love it, but it's just so weird.
Yeah.
So
I will say I didn't like there. I don't know. I liked hardcore and metal when it was like when I was in middle school.
yeah.
Because like the bands that played were weird and funny. Like with Blood Comes Cleansing, of course your audience probably won't unless they do.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think some people into like heavier music like listen and watch.
If
but-
you know with Blood Comes Cleansing, Golgotha, that should like be done, and it will trigger this horrible memory of middle school. But like they just had fun. Like all the bands were great with each other, and now there's like social media beef with people. It's like you're not really spreading the true gospel, brother.
Oh
It's like,
gosh. Yeah. I'm over the term Christian band. Like
Yeah.
I'm so over
I
that.
went to a discipleship program, and before then, because I had Straight from the Path merch, like this was before I ever got married. It was like right out of high school, and I was like, "Do I have to wear Christian clothing?" He goes, "What does that mean?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "You know, like Christian brands." He's like, "You mean clothing brands?" Yeah, Christian brands, right? I was like, Can clothing go to heaven, Jonathan? You're an idiot.
He got Jesus.
No, dude, it was like the most aggressive discipleship program ever. Like,
That's so cool.
I felt so stupid.
Oh man. That's crazy. So for a while, you were doing YouTube stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I want to know more about that.
My wife hated it. Like, because I vlogged.
Okay.
She was like, I don't want to be on camera. I was like, come on, babe. And there was like, dude, there's so many videos where I had to cut out like arguing starting. Because I was like, why don't you want to be in my video? It was, it's just, there's stuff that I found out that were unhealthy. Because I want her to join in, but I want it to be organic. And when it wasn't organic, I would force it. And so it was just stupid.
Did you do daily for a while?
Yeah. Well, weekly. I did daily for 2 weeks. And then I was like,
That would be so hard.
That would be really hard.
yeah.
I could not do
It
that.
was just hard on my marriage. Like, it was like my camera, I'd wake up, I'd like have 5 seconds of genuine real time with her. Hey guys, Jonathan Stout here. What
Yeah.
up?
Sounds like you care a lot about your marriage.
I try to. I mean,
No, that's awesome.
Is that what makes it work?
no, it's just frustrating when people don't put the thought and energy into that. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's really depressing. Like, you'll see Christian men, they're like, yeah, so I toured, and somehow we got a divorce. Like, it's like my wife didn't want me to be gone all the time. Oh, weird. It's great. But God led you to there. Sure, yeah, okay. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to, like, rethink everything so I don't come off offensive.
No, dude, no.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta
it's-
say what you gotta say. I'm like texting the band. I quit.
Lauren said no. No, I mean, but that's the thing is there's so many people who put like, well, this is God's will. It's like, well, he's doing it. Maybe I should do it. It's like, no. God is very personal. In my experience, like, I can only speak on my experience. But he led me out of that to have a very strong relationship with my wife. And one that I wanted to be present with my daughter. I think that became, it should have became real as soon as we were like, hey, we're pregnant. But it didn't. It was like 8 months into it. I don't know if it was vision or dream or whatever, but I was on my phone a lot. Like, I spent around, I think the time it was on my social media was like 10 hours.
Wow.
Just on there. So that was like 10 hours away from Shelby every day. So
Yeah.
she only got, I suck at math.
115 years. 14 hours.
But I don't know if I fell asleep or if I just had like you close your eyes and you start seeing stuff. Mm-hmm. I just pictured Avonlea like walking into our living room. Sorry, I'm like trying not to get teared up.
Do it, man.
Yeah.
But like she walked in, cry,
Feel something.
We need views.
and that's when my marriage fell apart.
Two more
Sponsored by
subscribers.
Liquid.
Take a shot every time he cries.
Everyone's
Line them up.
But no, so it was me and Shelby were like sitting down on our chairs, and like Avonlea walked in to the living room, and she was like looking at it was her phone or something, but I kept seeing like Facebook, the icon, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and it was like all going into her eyes. Like she was like and she wouldn't lock eyes, and I was like, hey babe, like why don't you come hang out with your mom and me? And she like kept walking, and like
weird.
it was such an like a huge wake up call. I was like, you need to be present. Like,
Yeah. Holy cow.
because if we don't build that relationship with our kid, like she's gonna learn it from someone else, and then they'll trust them and not us, and it's it was just really really uncomfortable to have that, and so I like when Avonlea first came out, and nobody really talks about this. I had a really hard time connecting with my daughter when she was born. Really hard time. I had no connection. I was like,
Weird.
Interesting.
I was like,
I've heard of that
I've
though.
heard moms even being like that, though.
but Shelby snapped into it so quick, and she like I don't think we both liked kids that much, but she like as soon as the baby came out, mom, like it just happened. Which I don't know if that works for everyone or
No, I don't think so.
yeah, and so I'm watching. I'm just like, hi, Avonlea.
Whoa, that's crazy.
And it was like, it was like I let a stranger into my house. That was the first feeling I had, and it was really
Wow.
uncomfortable. Like, and then like, of course, over time, and my wife's talked to me about it, because I was like, do I hate her? Like, I have no feelings for her, like at all. Like, it was just really uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
I knew I was like, okay, this is my child. She's great. That's it. and that was it. And
That's it.
yeah, and but I don't know. But now it's like great. We can see your personality. Like she's getting cuddly with me, which is great. And there's I don't know.
Yeah, how old is she?
She's almost a year,
Wow.
which is weird.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What if we have a deep meter? It like gets too deep.
Where's your
It's like,
soundboard? Like,
oh, dude, someday. Someday.
but no, I was curious. What made you get into like videography? Like
Well-
I know you guys started saying that you made videos when you were kids, but like,
Yeah.
what made you stick with it? Because like,
It was like, I don't know. We picked up a camera. I don't remember how old we were. We were super young and just started making videos. And there was something so rewarding about like creating a goofy story and like filming it, pausing it right where the cut needed to be, and then film over the tape. And like that little like intricate process, and then watching it back on the LCD screen, and like because we couldn't even put it on a computer or TV or anything.
wow.
It was just so much fun making those videos. Like we never stopped doing that.
Yeah.
And then I took a digital media class in high school because like for a while there, like when we started middle school and high school, like I got more into sports and stuff.
You got into sports?
Yeah, I did
He
basketball.
wasn't good, but he was on the team.
Right,
What did you do?
right. I did basketball and track.
Okay, I was about to
He's-
say if it's anything besides track and ultimate frisbee, I don't believe you.
No, he was like phenomenal at long jump. Like he was
That's
always
pretty
like
good.
winning meets and stuff. So
Winning prized meats.
I'm kind of gifted.
he won a lot of that turkey sausage.
Yeah, that was the reward at the end of the track meet.
I feel like
just
I'm
gotta
getting way
slap
too
'em.
close to this. Like my mouth is like overhanging.
Kiss
you know,
it.
Probably sounds great.
No, but it's just interesting because like I started photography on my phone. Like,
That's cool.
Capturing stuff on my iPhone 6. Found out there was this thing called IEM, and like sold a photo to like Getty Images, which is like
What?
huge for NASCAR and all this other stuff. And I was like, someone bought it for $2, babe.
That's actually crazy.
That's what, like I'm still making money from that by selling stock photos. But it's so weird that like $2 was like, I could do this. I could easily do this. And then, of course, nothing came instantly. Like for some reason, they picked a photo that it just worked. Yeah, there's a lot of like weird stuff that happened. Like, man, how open am I gonna be about this?
Uh-oh. Let's open it up.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you how I got my first camera the wrong way by lying.
Good.
So me and my buddy Sam Emery, great friend of mine, I had this elaborate plan because I just was, as I said before, I was really selfish and I wanted my way. So I was like, hey, Sam, I'm going to start a PayPal credit card account and you're going to pretend to sell me or give me this camera that your dad had, but you're going to say, hey, you know, you've been such a great friend. I'm going to ship this to you. And so it's going to look like you gave me a free gift because like my wife doesn't really want me to get
Oh
it.
my god.
So I deleted all these text messages, so we had like this full story. Oh man, I just think about stuff like this. I was like, thank God my wife doesn't believe in divorce for us. But it was it got in, and Shelby was like, "Wow, you bought a camera?" I was like, "Actually, no, dumb, I didn't read." And like showed her all the texts.
Wow.
She's like, oh.
Elaborate plan.
Yeah, it was bad. It's really embarrassing. Like.
I bet you felt really good calling her dumb.
That probably was actually what I said, just because, there's so much in me that grew, like maturity of like how to treat people, like it just wasn't there. It wasn't built in. Like I don't know. Anyway, so
What camera was it?
Canon T6i.
Nice.
That's what I have.
Yeah, just know I stole it and created this elaborate lie. But no, so my family like knows there was something different going on with me because I was like bringing the camera around everywhere and like it's like hey, and I like got the story wrong once with my aunt.
Oh,
She was like,
shoot.
oh yeah, like Jonathan said he got it as a gift from you. And like Shelby was like, hey, so your aunt said that I got you a gift, but it was in a camera. I was like, oh.
Oh snap, dude! I'm cringing just thinking about that, dude.
But it was like, oh, okay. And so of course she checked the dumpster. She called my mom, my sister were like, yeah, he's definitely lying. And so I get back home My aunt, my mom, my sister, and my wife are all like sitting down.
Oh shoot!
Like,
It's meeting time.
Intervention
oh, dude,
time.
because it was a problem, man. Like I would lie about the dumbest things, and so we sat down, and she was like, "Where'd you get the camera?" I was like, "I told you," and like I'm crying because I'm so uncomfortable. Like I just didn't give it up at all.
Weird.
And so yeah, the truth came out like an hour and a half later, and yeah, so I gave back the camera, got her money back, and then
Oh, wow.
and then like 2 months later, the Lord was like, it was like, yeah, you need to go in this direction, but you did it in your timing, not mine.
Yeah.
And it was like such a weird, like mirror image of like, wow, yeah, the Lord really does like have a perfect way of doing things, and like when you screw it up, like who was the guy that keep the Bible not gross? The guy that had sex with his servant, his maid, his wife's servant.
Is that Abraham?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulled an Abraham.
You pulled the Abe.
Oh yeah, so because Sarah couldn't. Conceive.
Yeah, but in his timing, and it was like one of those like things like if I create like anything out of my hands is always going to be garbage, like always, and so that's why, like, I don't know, I trusted that God was going to move me there because I got fired from my job. I came home crying. This was like 2 weeks, maybe a week after Avenue was born, and I was like, awesome. Like my biggest fear of being a failure as a father just happened. Like,
Oh, gosh.
no job, and so we're waiting. It's like 15 minutes after I got home. Like we're both crying. We're like, Shelby, but Shelby's like so steady. She was like, he'll provide. He's always provided. But like, of course, like tears are coming out, and
Wow.
it was just hard. And then I get a call from Sam Sullivan, and who is this? He's worked on movies like with HBO, Warner Brothers, Disney, big producers. Like, hey man, I need a photographer on set, and you're a great family friend. What do you think about that? I was like, man, I don't know. My life just fell apart. He was like 400 a day. I was like, you know what? My life just got better. Like, but it was
400 a day.
seriously though, and I was making 400 every 2 weeks from that.
The other job.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and so that started that.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and so that just created this whole thing. So when I say it, like, I don't know, I hate hearing the phrase, it's all because of God, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything. But he led me, you know, like, but I wasn't sitting on my butt, like, not doing anything. Like, it
Right.
actually,
You have to be walking.
yeah, and there's, what was the story? Is like, the guy's trapped on a house in a flood, and, like, God sent a boat. He's like, no, God will save me. Sends another boat. No, God will save me. Guy dies. Where were you, Jesus? Like, I sent 3 boats for you. What did you want?
That's such an interesting perspective, though.
Yeah.
We miss it sometimes.
Yeah, and that's the scariest thing is, like, I don't want to miss anything anymore. Because it's not fun. Like, it really, like, my pride is not worth it to me. Like, I'd rather be the dumb, goofy guy who smiles a lot, really talks about awkward things, but has a job and can provide for his family.
Yeah. Dude, and you're killing it. You guys need to go check out his photography because, dude, you got so good so fast. It's unreal.
This is really uncomfortable.
No, shut up. How long ago did you start? When did you get your DSLR after you stole one and lied about it and became a horrible person?
Probably about a year later.
A year later?
Yeah.
Well, how long ago was that?
I just met him, so I have to look up his Instagram.
Let's see if he's right.
She's like,
Nope.
wow, these photos are
I gotta do some
terrible.
fact checking over here.
No, yeah, so this would be like a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. Like, of
That's
doing
dumb.
professional. Yeah.
That's
awesome.
so crazy.
Yeah, but I had a lot of people to test on. Like, I don't know. And there's a point where I kept getting really cocky and arrogant. I was like, I'm so good. I'm so good. And like, no jobs would come.
Everything I shoot.
Seriously
Oh, no
though,
battery.
like, and no jobs would come at all. And then when I was like, man, I suck at this. He's like, here's a job. Here's a job.
Yeah.
Like my pride was, and I don't know if that's actually what it was, but that was like the internal thing for me. I was like, when I felt like I was here, like it, like, I think the Lord kind of like moved it.
Humbled you.
Yeah, I'm not saying like
Yeah.
the Lord like,
Rip the rug from your
right,
feet.
yeah, not like in a mean way, but just like, I really wanted to, that was like my biggest prayer was like, make my pride just drop. Because it kept me from like if I hadn't started so much stuff like a year ago, like in our 2 years ago, like when we first got married, we would have been way farther. And so, like, if my pride comes in to take the place of that, like, I don't want to be set back anymore. And so it really is a humbling thing when, like, I'm full-time in this, in art, which is not supported often and can just totally disappear for no reason.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been a great job. I mean, I would recommend everyone do it, but do it in a way that's smart. Like, don't think that, just go and humble. Like, I learned from a lot of great people, and people who I didn't really believe the same thing that they did, but I was humble enough to kind of walk with them in them teaching me. Like, there's this guy named Jackson Thomas. He was younger than me. He was like 18, and I was 22, 21.
How old are you now?
22. I'm 25. And he was like, yeah, your photos suck, man. I was like, I can get trashed on beer, and you can't, bud. But, like, seriously, though, like, it was so hard to hear from him because he was
Trashed on beer.
I can drink a 40, man. What can you do?
Drink a stolen 40.
By the way, you got PayPal?
What?
Nothing.
No.
He's got the PayPal credit card.
But no, like, learning from him, and he was like, I mean, this is okay. It was not spectacular. And I was like, okay, well, it's spectacular, buddy. Like, just kind of like, baring my teeth, because I did not want to hear that. Because everyone would be like, man, you're so good. And, like,
Yeah.
so I don't really follow people who are, man, see, this sounds arrogant. I don't follow people who I think that their images aren't that good. I always try to follow people who are way beyond me, which can be kind of a hindrance in the, like, at first. It's like, wow, I'll never get there. But it, like, always encourages you.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, looking at an image and be like, wow, I'm way better than that guy.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so
I'm kind of the same way with
Yeah.
with Instagram. Like,
Instagram.
I don't know. I feel like I don't follow people that have stuff I don't want to look at. Like, even it feels rude, but like a lot of close friends, even like maybe not close friends, but a lot of friends I don't follow because like they either never post or like
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
like
such a visual person with my career that like
Right.
you, I want to be looking at things that I aspire to create
Right.
at that level.
Yeah, I stopped following people back when...
Is that why you unfollowed me? I'm just kidding.
I was like, I follow you.
His face like,
How did you know?
there's a small turd on the carpet right now.
Luckily, though, now the algorithms basically only show what you have liked previously. So, like, you really don't have to worry about those.
Don't worry, I'll move my entire life to you. Exactly the interview.
Yeah, why not? Let's get trashed on LaCroix. Give me the other kind, please.
You're so picky. I do want to know how you... Were you guys friends? Always... Wait, I'll wait till...
Well, when I was born, we became friends.
Nice.
No. What?
What?
How he thought we weren't brother and sister.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. Hopefully I'm not the only one.
Maybe more of our viewers don't believe us either.
They're brother and sister. They're not those weird friends that are like, we're like brother and sister, and then they end up married.
We're
like 5 years
legit
later.
DNA.
Yeah. No, but I just didn't know. Like, I was not close to my brothers and sister at all. One, because I lied all the time. My sister was like, I don't believe you. Like, it was, man, it's so weird. Like, it's so cool that you guys have this relationship now. I did not have it. I just got it 2 years ago. Like, we all started forming this very healthy relationship that was not like older brother, younger brother relationship. Like, it was like, oh, you have a full-time job and your career.
Equality.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, not like looking down in any aspect.
Yeah.
But I'm always envious of like, I wonder what my childhood would have been like if we would have had each other's backs and like, if I wasn't antagonistic and like all this other stuff. So I was really curious. I'm so sorry.
Be blessed. I'm so sorry.
Well, I was curious, like, what was that always there? Like, even in, because you were talking about. Wait,
No, you're
are you allowed? Am I allowed to talk about
Yes.
You
You
can talk about anything.
can talk about
Okay,
anything.
okay.
But
When you
not
were
this.
When you were hanging about your mother, so they have no idea what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but just like how you had a rough relationship with your mom. Was that like how that got better? Is that at the same time, or were you guys close while you trashed on your mom all the time?
I think personally it was like an inside issue. Mm-hmm. So it was like I always got along with my dad because we didn't really have like deep conversations. We just like joked around with each other. We were just like cool. We jump in his hot rods, go hang out, whatever.
He had hot rods?
He still does.
Still does. What? They have a 68 Camaro and a 66 Chevelle.
God, it's like your parents are richer than mine.
They stole him off of
now you know how I got all this cool gear, guys. No. After this. Okay, I don't need
and it was like, I don't know, like Zach was popular. He did stuff. And I wasn't not popular. I was just like one of those people that didn't care about a lot of things. Yeah. And I just had like a very nonchalant personality. Like I would still joke around. Like I was a decent person, but like I just didn't care to go to like sporting events, have a lot of friends, like do all that kind of stuff.
Well, the second I didn't really get to be in charge of. I didn't have a lot of friends. Nobody wanted to be my friend.
The world chose that one.
Yeah. And I think like
well, Jonathan, these are your cards. None of them are good. Sucks, buddy. You got big, fat teeth. And
fat teeth are the reason you don't have friends.
Obese teeth.
Do I know how to play any instruments? No. No drive to. You're literally just pathetic. Yeah. Man. Sorry, go on.
No, but like I would push people away and stuff. It was just like a character flaw. I still have that character flaw. Working on it. Not going too well. But
you're getting better.
Yeah, when he was in college was when we started becoming friends again.
Sorry, I just saw you like pushing Zach into the wall.
Yeah, we weren't like.
He's like an imprint.
When he was in college.
We walk into his dorm. Hey guys.
Quit doing that. Sorry.
We talked about this.
Anyway, serious conversation. So when you
this conversation is so like.
I know. Yeah.
I love it. That's how all of us are.
Yeah.
No, because I think because I had like those personal issues with like going to school, hated people, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So then I would come home and I just wanted to be alone. My mom would cry, and like I was just like I don't want to talk about anything, and it just caused like issues and resentment. And then when I moved away is when I was like I like need my mom, need my parents, need Zach. Like, so I think that's when it started to heal. And then when I flunked out of college.
I couldn't have done it. Like, there's no way I could have gone to college at all.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't
that's
go?
why I flunked.
No.
Dude, I'm stoked for you.
Bro, I know what I would have done. Like, I know my personality. I would have most likely gotten into drugs. Never done it before, but I know there would have been the perfect. Like, I just look at myself as like, thank you, God.
Yeah.
Like, man,
you have no college debt, dude.
Yeah, that's well. Thanks to my wife, that's not exactly true. No, but yeah, sorry to interrupt, but yeah,
No, okay.
That's not a bad thing though. I mean, you can get a job. That's the cool thing about today is like you can get a job without going to college.
Right.
Like I asked this high schooler, is like my cousin. I was like, so where are you going to college? Just because I thought that was still a thing. It's like, you have to do that. She was like, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to become a 3D design major or something. I was like, well, awesome. Keep doing it. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Oh, God, why am I so gassy?
Yeah, it's all the carbonation.
That's why. It's not because I'm so
Where
nervous.
were you though? You left college.
Yeah. Well, I lived in Des Moines when I was in college. And
Like where Devil Wears Prada? Like Des Moines?
She doesn't even know what Devil Wears Prada is, dude. She's not into heavy stuff.
Oh, never mind. Well, okay, never mind.
She's like, oh, get off this podcast.
I thought you knew heavy stuff, so I was like...
No, I know Earth Groans.
And Death Card.
Death Card. I learned that one day.
Death cars.
But oh yeah, Des Moines is where I went to school. And I flunked because I stopped going to class. I just decided to sleep in and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like it got to the end of my lease in my like apartment that I had, and I just was like, Mom, Dad, I gotta come home. Like there's nothing left here for me.
Yeah.
So they drove down, they packed up all my stuff, and we drove back. And then it was like everything had started to change. I started to become like a more outgoing person and like wanted friends and like wanted healthy relationships with people like my parents.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that broke after like the college? Like you were just like, I can't do this anymore. Like,
yeah, and I was going through like a really stupid like boyfriend relationship too.
those are.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank God I broke them.
I've had some
And
bad
And it was
boyfriends.
funny because like, and I talked about this with my friend. It was like anything that could like, you know how people go through like one boyfriend's like this, one boyfriend's like that, or girlfriends for you guys.
Yeah.
I think. You guys, you straight?
Shelby, are you? You're a woman. Yeah.
But it was like every bad boyfriend was in this one, so I just got it out right away.
Yeah.
So now I like know what I want and what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And that helped too, because then when I moved home, like I didn't worry about like didn't have a boyfriend, didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
I just like focused on myself.
Yeah.
And since then, I've been just like working on trying to
Get rid of that college debt.
get that and try to figure out what I want for my life. And obviously it's been up and down. Like I've done stupid things since. Like
Right.
I haven't been an angel, but
No, I don't think anyone can.
yeah.
But I am questioning. I am questioning.
I am
questioning.
I am questioning
Yeah,
you.
question.
You are questioning.
I am questioning. Do you have a checklist for your guy?
Okay, we actually talked about this on one of the episodes. I don't have a checklist. I have like what I need in a man,
Okay.
what would be nice, and red flags.
Yeah.
And like obviously it's that like it leaves room for improvement, obviously. So like I'm not going to like wait for the perfect person to come that meets all of them.
Yeah.
Like obviously if they have a couple of rougher ones,
Right,
like, we'll
yeah.
work through that, you
Yeah.
know.
My wife is not my dream girl
No?
at all.
Yeah.
No, I've told her that, and I'm so thankful that she's not, because my dream girl like was not chasing after the Lord at all. Was not mature. Was not way smarter than me. She's probably the same IQ level as me. Dream girl of mine.
Poor girl.
Yeah, she was so dumb. And it is insane how. And I'm not bragging or kind of like being like, you're so stupid for having this list. You're not.
Yeah.
It's for me, my checklist was completely wrong for me. It was crazy. Like I was into girls with tattoos, like very heavy metal, like show type girls,
Okay.
scene girls, kind of.
Scene.
Yeah, and my wife is like, not that, like Southern Belle, like no tattoos, like very quiet. She thinks about things before she speaks,
Okay.
and I'm not. Like very
blonde.
up. It's crazy though. Like, but she was so and I'm not falling in the lines of like predestination, but like she was so tailored to me,
Yeah.
and just like I don't know, it's crazy, but I don't know, it's just weird. Anyway, sorry, I wasn't like
no, it's interesting to see like what you want and what ends up being attracted to you, and you're like, really?
Yeah, dude, she did. Oh man, I feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
I keep wondering, I'm like, are you on Xanax or something? Like, why do you like me?
Oh.
'Cause she's so. And this is like one thing I viewed as a fault before was like she's so quiet around other people, and so, hanging out it was hard because she opens up her own like around 1% of my friends, and so that led into arguments of like, babe, they think you hate them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so self-conscious that my wife was not the outgoing, the obnoxious, like the
Yeah.
real loud and bubbly personality that I kind of was. And now I'm so thankful that she doesn't do that. Like I'm so thankful that she thinks about things before she speaks. Like when we have discussions or arguments, like she doesn't come at me with the most painful thing she could possibly say.
Yeah.
Like she goes inside, she thinks, and then she'll come like about an hour later and we'll talk about it, which I hated at first. It was the worst. But now like evaluating, I'm like,
Wow.
oh, my wife loved me a lot more than I love her, because that cage under my mouth
Right.
doesn't exist. Like,
Dang.
it's insane.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
I feel like I'm learning a lot right now.
Not-
No. Therapy
No.
session for us.
I love this. Welcome to the Therapy Podcast.
Wait, are you guys dating? I knew it. Bunch of
This
inbred.
first guest cannot figure out that we're related.
We need you to know, along with everyone else, strictly bro sisters.
DNA.
Bro
sisters. You're the best first guest ever.
I'm the obnoxious person. Watch, all your guests are gonna be like, so I tried to not be like Jonathan.
Dude.
So I have all these questions.
With me and Lauren, like, she's also way better at, like, taking a situation and processing it and thinking before saying stuff. And I'm like, I'm so quick to react to everything. Like, I have something to say as soon as it's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It sucks.
I need to learn to think and process and then say it with grace. That's awesome. It's good to hear that from you. That's encouraging.
I feel like every topic we tried to talk about, I just bring my wife up, and she's gonna watch this and be like, I hate you.
She's gonna love you. You love her.
No, but I to go back to what you're saying, is like, yeah, we all have like an idea of what we're attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny that, because I'm not, for being like art creative, I'm not drawn to a woman because of their looks, which is
Wrong.
It's kind of weird. Yeah, that's wrong answer. No, and not that my wife isn't beautiful, but it was like her personality shines way more. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if you're a piece of garbage human trapped in a beautiful glass casing, I hope you shatter and garbage comes out, and everyone knows. Like, but it was just so crazy. Like, after like Shelby having our kid, like, so much respect came into her. Like, 44 hours of labor, natural, by the way. So like, she's nothing. It was
No painkillers.
insane, man. Like,
That's crazy. Woo!
yeah.
You're a beast.
Yeah.
You're a beautiful beast.
Yeah, but it was just insane that and now she's like, yeah, I think we have another kid. I was like, man, you're a lot stronger than I am, because I would never do that.
No way. Your urethra would snap.
I would accidentally fall down the stairs.
Yes, because women shoot it out of their urethra.
I know how the body works.
I know when the swan
I took
comes
8th
and
grade to
drops the
hell.
baby off. And they scream because for some reason, I don't know, the swan's scary.
The beak pecked them.
Man, but it is interesting, like, just thinking about all those things, like, who I thought I was gonna marry, like, when I was dating. It's so stupid.
I didn't have like any real like dating relationships before Lauren, really.
You didn't have time to like come up with an idea.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
you were
I
just in high
learned.
school,
I'm learning everything the hard way because I'm going through it with Lauren and
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm figuring out all the parts about myself that suck.
Yeah, be honest, man. Like, nothing, well, with my wife, nothing has ever stung me in the butt by being honest. Like, when I invite her into that vulnerable place, dude, it's like super glue. I have no idea why. Like, I think in my head, I'm just like, she doesn't need to hear this. She doesn't want to know this about me. Like, because I hate this about me.
Yeah.
And then I invite her in, and it's like the best, like, smooth salve you could ever put it on a pain thing. I don't know. Like, it's
Yeah.
like a burn.
I've
I totally
experienced
understand it
that.
because I love flaws. Like I like to know like bad like things that
I don't love flaws. I never said that.
I know, but like you're saying, like when people see like who you really are, even though
Yeah.
you're afraid to show that.
Yeah.
I love seeing someone be vulnerable like that.
Oh, dude, my wife has seen so much of that.
That's what
and
I'm
it-
saying. That's probably what
yeah.
she just probably just loves you, every little bit of you, because of that
Is that true?
I love every little bit of you.
he does.
You don't.
Even that booty.
Sexual harassment? No.
Is your business going well? Is everything going well?
Right now, yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, it's it's like.
Yeah, freelance.
Yeah. No.
Dude, that is freelance. Some days it's like, dude, I'm doing what? Next day, dude, no money.
God really loves me. Does he exist?
Dude, for real.
You're just like
It's like an eternal crisis every month.
just soaring through the air, like whoa.
Wall.
I know. Maybe like barely making it over that
Yeah.
wall into the next one.
And then you ramp your car off a cliff.
Is that what happened to
I
you?
don't think that's what happened.
Is that like what?
Do you remember when I crashed a car off a cliff?
What happened? Like,
You want to know the honest to God's truth?
yes.
Let her
Capital
rip.
G-O-D.
You pushed your car over?
So
It's your time, bud.
I'm making like a dedicated video for this because I was making a video that day, and the video subject changed. So I'll do like a deep explanation in that video. But I was driving from here to South Dakota for tour rehearsal,
Right.
which is 14 hours.
For tour rehearsal?
Yeah.
Like you'd have to be like media trained, like when to say two-step and
God. What we do? We all have to meet up.
that's rap.
Oh.
No.
We all meet up at Jeremy's studio and then head out for tour. From there, because our van's there and stuff.
Yeah.
And all of our gear. But I was in the last like hour of the drive, and yeah, how sucky is that?
I'm so sorry.
But I got distracted. I had a video playing on my phone because sometimes I'll play like Seinfeld or like a video podcast.
Did that actually happen?
Yeah, that actually happened. See, this is what's frustrating is I'm never on my phone when I'm driving in town. I only like put videos on my phone when I'm on the interstate because it's like, oh, I'm just driving straight. But God bless you. I looked at my phone for a little bit too long and was starting to miss an exit. And
No. Because
yeah.
I do that. That's why I'm making this face. I do
That's
that
the only
all the
dude.
time.
Right now, all I want to do is lie and just say,
Oh yeah, because it's so uncomfortable.
it's so uncomfortable, and I feel like such an idiot because I almost killed myself.
Right.
And all I want to do is be like, dude, I think my tire blew out. Like, I was like,
Stab your tire.
I've been thinking of so many excuses, but no, the truth is I looked at my phone, and I know so many people look at their phones while they're driving, and now I am going to be an advocate against that.
Well, before, just so you guys
He's getting
know.
the bumper sticker.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to make a video, and it's going to make people cry.
I'm going to make a video that you watch while you're driving. So it happens.
And then you're going to cry your last tears to my video.
Because you're an idiot. No. Before I pulled up to the complex.
Yeah.
By the way, their apartment's really nice.
Thank you,
What's
baby.
your address again?
465,559 bullets. Road Avenue.
Apartment 64.
Yeah, Dixon, Tennessee. No, before I pulled up, I was actually looking at my phone. He's like, "Can you put your phone away?" Like on the phone, like chewing me out, like I was a woman.
Dude, I gotta keep my friends safe now. I lived through it, so now I must tell the
Yeah,
world.
of course, that's what happens. Like you see, but I want to watch The
No.
Office while I drive.
You can't.
It's exhilarating.
It is exhilarating until you crash and almost break your face off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I learned the hardest way possible, but I'm lucky because nothing's like significantly damaged on my body. My car's gone, perished, but I'm alive.
Your car was fine until you got out of it.
Dude, it was the
Where'd you
mall.
go?
Good
was-
thing there was no fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I thought. Because when I flipped and I landed upside down, and when I opened my eyes, because I closed my eyes, I don't know if I passed out. I don't think I did. But when I opened my eyes, I was upside down, undid my seatbelt, fell on my head,
Gosh, man.
and then I was like, okay, camera, phone, get out. So I like grabbed my camera, grabbed my phone, and then the windows were like crushed down, like into the ground, and I tried punching one out.
What? That's awesome.
I was like, and it wouldn't break.
Oh, come on, man.
Dude, I know.
Show me the scars.
Dude, I'm pathetic. I'm pathetic.
He took his shirt off and wrapped his
That's what I was
knuckles.
thinking. No, he did it without. I was like,
I did it with
there's
my
no way
face."
this will end badly. You didn't die from the car accident, just from the cut you got.
But the driver's side had a little opening.
Scene.
Thanks for mocking my near
Tell your
death.
tragic story. I'm
No.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I squeezed out through the driver's side. I was just like,
Someone's like,
slid
there's a
out.
bad wreck. Is that a lizard? No, that's a person.
that's me. I had blood all over my face. And there was already people there calling.
You should have sent a picture to your mom. Be like, hey.
I do have a picture. You want to see
Can you
it?
show it to me?
Yeah.
You have an iPhone X?
Not anymore, dude.
Nice, you're rich.
Dude, my phone screen didn't break.
Yeah, that's weird.
That was crazy. Is that bad that was the first thing I checked?
No.
Yeah.
Upside down in
Wait,
my
yeah.
car.
Because that's
I
the
gra-
reason you almost died.
I grabbed my phone and was like, okay, my screen's not breaking.
It would have been hilarious if you were just sitting there watching Seinfeld. Like,
You know what?
upside down in your truck.
Look at this.
Ew.
I feel like you just got beat up after school or something.
I did, dude. By a giant hunk of metal.
Oh my god.
Took all my lunch money.
God. That's so scary.
But I'm alive. Don't look at your phone at all when you drive. Now I'm sitting upside down on the passenger seat.
Wouldn't that
throw it
make
out
it
the
harder
window.
to look at when you're driving? You're just not making any sense right now. No.
Turn left. You're amazing. Thank you for coming on this beautiful
Yeah.
podcast. I think we've been going.
Thanks for opening it up.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't have a problem.
You brought a new level of honesty to this podcast.
Yeah. You guys need to really like subscribe and like all of his videos. Because he does put a lot of, like, I don't know. Can I just say a few things like about like what we do?
Sure.
We do a lot of hard work. Like me with photography, him with video, and like there's a reason that we're good friends. Is like, I don't know. I really want to speak into this because Nashville is like really toxic with photography and the video community
Really?
that I've seen. Now I might just have horrible people that I've seen. But like there is no reason to like look at someone as a dollar sign against like, I don't know, just like if someone's wanted to hire me for video, but I know he's way better at video than I am, I'm not gonna take that role. That's not right. That's giving someone a
That's really cool perspective.
Well, it's just like, I don't know. I want people to get professional stuff, but there's always like this, I have to have everything or I won't have anything. And that's just not true. Not with my jobs, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost it was like a $2,000 job to a professional food photographer because I wasn't.
Yeah.
And the guy asked me, he was like, "Do you do this?" I was like, "No." "Well, you do this for coffee shops." Like he wanted to hire me, but there was better people than me.
I love that you're so open with clientele. Like as a freelancer, that takes so much guts, dude.
Well, it's just like if I lie, I don't know. Like lying's got me
Yeah.
into trouble. So like, why?
Yeah, you've learned.
Yeah, it's just
No, that's really cool.
well, it's not worth it. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like even with like the ability to have you as a, like she asked, like there's a client that hopefully we get to work together with.
Yeah. I hope.
And they were like, yeah, for like an extra $1,000, could you do video? I was like, that'd be awesome. Get an extra $1,000. And I was like, you're gonna get a half-ass product. Like it's gonna be terrible. Like the photos were gonna be first off risked to get the video shots that could have been great photo shots. So I see it as like giving a wedding client the worst of both worlds. It's
Right.
Like, here's your dumb video that I made you. Here's your dumb photos that I didn't get enough coverage for you. So I don't know. And if you build trust in clientele, if you're honest with them, like they will refer you. Like if you treat your clients good, do I have to say this? Like they will. It'll
Take care of you.
yeah. It's I don't know, because I have a lot of photographers on a list that are the do not hire list because they have either screwed over clients, they've taken advantage of clients, or they've in this one case has asked clients for money outside the job they did.
Oh god.
So they messaged them, was like, "Hey, I'm in a really rough spot right now. Can I have like $500?"
What?
Yeah, do not hire list. You should make one to like not as
That's
like
insanity.
yeah, not as like a crap on list, but to keep the clients safe because there is I think wedding photographers. Which is that why you're saying like in the beginning you're like that's just weird that you like weddings
Maybe, yeah.
because like it's usually not fun. I
You
guess.
mean like because of like me working alongside a wedding photographer that I don't like? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying because you're like, what do you do? Like, what's your photography? Rewind the video.
Right.
You're not gonna rewind
I was
the video.
surprised because I feel like everybody who I ask, like, do you like doing weddings? Like when I'm at a wedding, it's like most of the time it's like, no, I'm just doing it for the money.
Yeah,
So that's my experience.
Everyone's different. For me, I can't do that. Money is not worth that to me. No way. Like, and I'm full time. Like I'm taking care of my wife, my kid. Yes, money is necessary, but like, if I don't know, if you're not having a fun time, unless you can really fake it, some photographers can, and it's insane to me. Like,
I can't.
I can't either. But that's why I'm always honest with clients because one, it's gotten me out of trouble because someone was like, "Yeah, can you edit like Larkin Kendall, who is this amazing wedding photographer, but she's worth like 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted me to give them that 10 grand work for 1,500.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? Just spend the money on the photographer. Like, you'll be happy you did.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do this with me, I'm gonna have to learn their editing style. I'm gonna have to learn their shots because every photographer looks at things differently, just like every videographer. Like the way you capture.
That's just not
details.
even right to ask you that.
No, but like if I was not even greedy, because it's not a sense of greed. Like there's been fear that's come over me of like, should I take this job? Like what was the saying? It was like one for show, one for.
One for the money, two for
Yeah,
the show,
2 for the show.
3 to get ready, and 4 to go.
And
Don't step on my blue suede shoes.
yeah, totally.
I don't know where the saying. Yeah, I mean, I feel like George Bush. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me. Don't shame me.
I did 9/11. It was him, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It was me. No.
You believe that? Oh, you're conspiracy theorist? No. I've been watching conspiracy theories.
Really?
Yeah. So
Oh gosh.
I kind of am. Maybe it's because I live in the woods. No.
I'm gonna post your address in the description so people can go chop your trees down.
It's 974.
Screw off lane. His face. Hey, plug all of your work and stuff.
All right. It's at Zachary Mayfield on Instagram.
Not my name.
Zachary Mayfield Creatives.com and
All wrong.
Zachary Mayfield Facebook.
My dad calls me Zachary, and he named me Zachariah.
Are you kidding me?
He actually he named him Zachary.
I have 2 names, dude.
Went to the courthouse and said, I didn't mean this. I want Zachariah.
On my birth certificate, it's Zachary crossed out and Zachariah above it.
You were a mistake.
I am a failure.
Like a legal mistake.
And he's still, like, even if, like, well, I guess when I was a kid, he'd be like, Zachary Kenneth. I'm like, it's Zachariah. Name me right, punk. Punk.
No, it's at John C. Stout for like my portrait commercial work, and then at John's Love Stories at JONSLOVE.
I didn't even know you had 2 Instagrams.
Yeah, because some client, I told you this, it's like some client was like, I don't want to see your commercial work. I want to see brides. And so I was like, okay.
That's so
And I made
mean.
a whole new Instagram, and now I'm twice as stressed.
Nice.
Thank you, client.
So is Instagram your main shindig? Do you have a website or?
I mean, do I update my website? Like, what would I do on that? You can come talk to me on my website.
Send me an email.
Send me an email at johncena.org. Wait, do you have your own website name? Like it's info at ZachariahMayfield.com?
No.
Okay.
You guys remember the John Cena meme? It's John Cena.
No. Oh, that thing.
Did you just harmonize with mine?
Are we done?
No, we're not.
We're staying here forever.
2
We're gonna
hours
go
back.
take some photos in the dark. We're gonna put a golden hour filter on it. It's gonna look like
a pop filter.
Harkin and Larkin for 10K.
And I'm going to get featured on Wedding Nashville Instagram.
We're gonna go shoot a wedding.
Follow John Stout.
Wow, you got my name wrong. At John C. Stout.
Follow at John C. Stout.
And the John, no H.
Yeah, no H.
You don't have an H? I gotta change your contact info. All right, peace and blessings, y'all.
Rice and cakes.
Right.
I'm so sorry. What was it?
Keep the rice on fire. As our Switzerland friend would say,
Oh, yeah.
keep the rice on fire. That's for you,
Bye, guys.
beautiful Buford.
Man, I wish my husband was here. Mama, you don't have a husband. Well, fill it up. I have a surprise for my 2 boys. Mama, I have a poem for you. There's a little doggy who was playing his violin, and then he got mad and ate a bee. And then Mary and Joseph to the store.
And?
And. Well. Okay. You're recording.